Hello everyone, it's Scott and welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolve Skyblock Expert Mode. I think I'm going to dedicate this episode to a couple maintenance items that I've kind of left behind in my quest to get to the nuclear reactor. So in between episodes I crafted a second one. So at this point I have an empty reactor. I upgraded this one to 6 of the patterns, and thanks to Andrew Kerr for coming up with the 7 quad fuel rod pattern. I'm going to implement that eventually, and one of the things I noticed is that there's a plate that you can put in all these empty spots, and then you can start to set up the nuclear reactor to auto empty whenever it detects that there's a depleted fuel rod. And I'm going to try that, but you just have to be really careful that you're not accidentally sucking out overclock vents. So there was one little screw up here. I I moved some stuff around and didn't quite. It started melting some of these. You can see they've taken a little damage, but other than that, they're all working perfectly fine. So I've upgraded here to a high voltage wire connector, and I've expanded the capacitor bank a little bit to include 20,000 RF of a medium size. So these are the 5 million RF per tick blocks. And unfortunately, I'm not producing enough power right now to overfill the blocks. So I guess there's some kind of transfer issue between the basic capacitor bank and the regular capacitor banks. Down below, I still have the Enervation dynamos, and I've upgraded these. Each one of them now has a full set of 4 augments, so the ones that give the level 2 with the 4 times output and a little extra fuel burn consumption. So I've been upgrading the machine area, so I've added a macerator, and I've hooked up a logistical chassis to kind of improve the formulas. What else have I done? I've made a lot of overclocker circuits, so I now have overclocker upgrades on almost all of the machines to some level. I've also reactivated the refined iron machine, so that's working out pretty good. The smelteries are working out pretty good, and so yeah, so I think I'm ready to just do a couple of items that I've kind of been languishing on. So let me head back over here, and so these are the overclocker vents. Let me grab that off. So the 2 things that I've been meaning to get back to for a while have been a mob grinder, and with that I'm going to need some way to basically get more ender pearls. So I'm thinking of building a mob spawner this episode to start finding a way to specifically get those kinds of advanced drops. And if I can, next on my target is to upgrade to the QED. So that's something that's also in my long range plan, because that will give spikes and a couple other upgrades, the 2nd level energy transfer nodes. Though I think there's plenty of other options that are more efficient than that, but you need them to do some advanced crafting. So, yep, so let's take a look. I guess here I need to hook up another set of wires and definitely another lever after that rookie mistake. Okay, so let's head back over here. And do I have any levers in the system? No, of course not. Why would I? That would have made too much sense. So, yep. So let's grab a stick, request, clear out the formula, and while this is ticking, let's grab the formula for the grinder. So the MFR Grinder uses a fair amount of power, and so for some books, machine frame, tin gear, I should have everything in the system. Yep, I did do a little bit of prep, so that should all route. And so by the time I'm done with this project, boop, let's make sure looks good. So let's wire it up. MV wire, bink, bink. There we go. So with that, 120 EU per tick, no heating, we're good to go. And these guys have been ticking down a little. You can see there's a tiny bit of depletion here. That looks maybe around 20%. Yeah, so there's still quite a ways to go. And that's interesting that this is not directly powering. Yeah. Wonder what's... Can I turn this off and try to move this? What happens if I wire this directly to the 20,000 or the 20 million capacitor bank? Yep, looks good. So, okay, so it's charging and then depleting almost as fast. So I guess whatever is powering, whatever the energy draw is for all these machines is overpowering the need. I guess it's the enervation dynamos because they're directly hooked to the capacitor bank here. They must sense that the capacitor bank's full, therefore there's no need to burn down additional blocks of fuel, which is fine by me because that gives me the ability to conserve redstone. But let's just check on the redstone level. 1,400 blocks of redstone. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's grab the grinder, and with that, I also want to make the spawner. So let's find that the Mine Factory Reloaded auto spawner is a little more, it's pretty much as simple. It's some magma creams, and I should have everything preloaded for that. Yep. And so as that all rolls in, let's make an auto spawner to go with it. Excellent. So let's grab up a couple things of slabs and head back to the mob farm. So my dream here is that I would hook this up to the up here where I had created the slaughterhouse. So let's come back over here. Do I ever need these pink slimes again? I don't know. But so what I was thinking is that I could place it up here. Actually, yes. So what I can do is I can place the MFR spawner up here at the ground level of the. I just realized I messed that up. At the ground level of the actual spawning floor, and then that will. Oh, what'd I do? Yep. Okay, I broke my pickaxe. So, well, it's a good thing because I think I'm out of MV connectors that it is. So let me restock. I'll be right back. And here I am up on top of the mob grinder. I ended up building a small stairway up, but my problem is that these fans are overpowering me. So as soon as I let go of the arrow key, I'm getting pushed backwards and thrown, well, in a very precarious spot. So what I'm going to do is open this up and put the mob grinder, let's say right, well, as close as I can within the mob spawning area. So let's put it right. Well, actually, how am I going to get... I can put it here, I guess. And I'll have to power it from the underneath. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's going to be a problem because of the mob. Well, I'm not going to have the mob shoot anymore. Big question. Okay, so let's fill in the floor here. Okay, so now the floor is flat. I'm going to fill this in here, so everything in that room is now secure. So let's grab the, where did I put the wire connectors? Okay, so let's put that underneath, but connecting to the grinder. And then what I'm going to need to do is put, okay, so I'm going to need to put a chest up against the back, and let's head down a bit and wire this up. So connecting that, actually, how about, out of curiosity, if I use the fluctuating item duct instead, would that be smart enough? No, I need the, okay, so let's click on the grinder. So the problem with the grinder is that it's going to generate mob essence as a fluid, and it's going to generate drops as a byproduct as long as it's fed energy. So I'm going to need probably the fluctuating fluid duct instead of the fluctuating iron duct, and but at least for step 0 here, maybe I can wire this up somehow. Yeah, if I have the item duct here, let's run it down a bit. Doot, and then let's hook a wire connector up to, can I reach here? Probably not. Okay, so one of these is going to connect properly. So here to here, here to here? Yes, that got the right angle. Okay, so this should be powered shortly. As soon as there's some sort of mobs that can grind. Is that enough of a route? Good question. I'm pretty sure this will work because I think this is how I'd wired up the. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure. So let's go up and check the grinder activity, and if it's pulsing, and not sure what happened right there. Guess I'm running in the wall here. Okay, made it. Great. Okay, let's check the. Okay, so I am getting energy. Okay, excellent. So all I need now are mobs to grind. Okay, so let's leave this alone and head down and see if we can set up an area that's going to be good for our mob spawner. Alright, so I got it hooked up, and I ended up using the rest of my iron tanks here to make a 2.8 million millibucket storage facility. So already I'm storing almost 30,000 or 30 buckets worth of mob essence, and I can use that to power the spawner, but I'm running into a bit of a problem because the auto spawners are going to require both RF and mob essence, but for me to play it safe, I'm only going to be able to feed one from the bottom. So I was looking at the various energy conducting fluid ducts, and so if you go down here to a flux plated fluid duct, unfortunately in expert mode is insanely expensive. So redstone energy. So I'm running into a problem here where I'm not going to be able to make erothium dust because it's going to require a blitz, and as I can tell, I am in the middle of a deep ocean biome. So I've run all over the base. I don't see where I have a different biome, and so I'm gonna have to find a beach biome if I'm gonna get that the blitz mob that I need to proceed. So, and then the other thing is with all this running up and down here, it's kind of scaring the pants off me. So I am at 0 deaths right now with 68 levels, and I feel like I need to make a jetpack because I am hyper paranoid that I'm gonna die in a second. So I've been playing really safe so far with the shift key and whatnot, but yeah, going up and down those steps with fans involved, and I need an escape hatch. And so let's head back to the item area and dump off the items and see what I can work with for some simple jetpacks. So let's get my food level up here and take a look at my options. So we have the Simply Jetpacks mob, which is a pretty standard. It was included in both Sky Factory and Agrarian Skies. And that's going to give us all the way up to this flux-infused jet plate, which is a pretty cool, it's like a diamond armor-based jetpack, but it's also going to require some pretty hefty materials right now. Liquid cryothium, which is, going to be pretty tough because I'm going to need a blitz, which means I'm going to need to find an ice biome. So again, I'm kind of stuck right now until I can find a way to get the Blizz rods. Interesting though that the fluid transposer, oh, okay, so I just need to get snowballs that are a byproduct of snowbells. So I really need to start down the witchery tree in the crop sticks like I did in regrowth. Okay, so, and that's going to be sifting grass blocks, which now that I have a Silk Touch tool, I should be able to gather up some blocks and force those through a sieve. And speaking of sieve, I'm really falling behind with my mycelium, the creating soul sand. So I'm thinking that the next time I take a break, I'm going to just replicate this pattern here and build myself a soul sand factory and hook that up to the sifting machines down below to start getting gas tiers, because my problem is that in order to power that spawner, I need a reusable safari net, and the safari net's going to require the gas tier. The gas tier is a pretty rare drop, 2% drop from sifting soul sand. So let's get back to the jetpacks, because other than the Simply Jetpack mod, there's also industrial craft jetpacks. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. So it looks like it can run off of biogas, and it's not actually a very difficult formula. Now, each of these is going to have its challenges, but there's also this electric jetpack right here, which doesn't seem that difficult. It's just going to require another bat box, and I think I have enough material to whip this up. So there's 2 pieces that I'm missing in order to make the RE battery, and let me just check to see if I filled up all of the slots here. Yes, I have. Okay. Unfortunate. So, I guess, oh, here we go. Okay, so I need the tin cable. Insulated tin cable. Here we go. So let's hook that up. Let's get the formula imported, and then I think that's enough for me to make an RE battery. Here we go. And let's just queue up that formula with the insulated tin cable and import. Okay. So let's head back up, and I should be able to mass produce the batteries now in order to crank out that electric jetpack. So let's get the batteries. Let's see if I can make 3 of those. Great. And let's get back to the jetpack. And I'm going to need another advanced circuit and a bunch of iron casing. So get that going. Let's get the bat box. Oh, RE batteries are still ticking. Up, there's the first. Okay, so let's make sure I have another advanced circuit. Up, last one. And let's grab the glowstone, which 4,000. Yep, I'm doing pretty good in that department. So that's going to leave the bat box. And can I just queue up oak planks? Yeah, let's grab oak planks. Okay. Bat box. Great. And so let's see if I can grab everything. Okay, so this is missing a bat box 200, but it's right here in the inventory. Let's throw that maybe in here. There we go. 1 electric jetpack. So next question is, how do I charge it? I'd seen something before, I think, that if I take the generator, there's supposed to be a way that I can feed these guys energy. Let me come over here and see. Ah, here we go. All right, great. So throwing it in the bat box then is going to charge the jetpack from the. Okay, so let's see how much 30,000 EU can give me for flight duration. Ding. Okay, and I'm going to have to be very careful that I don't start handling nuclear material once I am wearing this jetpack. So let's take a look. Okay. Well, that seems to be working good. Okay. And how about fuel burn? About half of 1 EU in that little bit. Okay, so do I have any kind of metric on how much fuel I've left? No. Okay, so I'm gonna just have to be careful and mind that. You can very barely see some critters in there, some skeletons, and yep, there they go. So they're popping, and dropping their items down here in this chest. And so I'm going to have to do a big clean out, I think, of these chests. So figure out how to link these into the storage drawer system. And okay, well that's pretty cool. So basic jetpack, check. And let's take a look at the reactor now, because okay, I'm gonna have to be careful not to overuse this guy more than I. Ooh, yes, okay. So I just lost my boots. Ha. Okay, definitely don't start handling hazardous material. So let's whip up another pair of hazmat boots. Where are they? So industrial craft. The industrial craft boots should be right here, rubber boots. And so let's make sure I got the right thing lined up. Request. There we go. Excellent. All right, so double checking. This is about 50% done. So pretty cool, pretty cool. This guy's just started. Okay, so 18 million, still negligible. So, let's head on up. And I think with that, I'm going to call this an episode. So, like I said, I'm going to go through and set up the soul sand, set up an extra sifter, and kind of look around, see if there's any other half-finished work around the base. For example, I've kind of paused on agricraft for a while because of I got to the point where I had built soybeans and bamboo and oats, and I just haven't gotten back to finishing off this stuff. So now I did hit the total amount of scenarium that I think I'm going to need for the next stage of blocks. So at this point, it's still a waiting game. And until I can get to until I can get to the next level. So if you could, please leave a comment or a like. Let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you next time in Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Skyblock Expert Mode. Bye!